All right, y'all, so this is a video that I thought about making today. As some of you might know, I was a logger all my life, out in the woods for like 15 years. And, being small time and with the economy and the ups and downs and everything, inflation and all the parts costing more and weather and stuff like that, it's just, too tough for the small man, and we had to get out of it. So I come up here to my father-in-law's shop about 3 months or so now. I come up here in the beginning of November, and I had some tools, from the woods and things like that. A lot of them I still got at home because they're not, in sets and, different things like that. So I just got them at home. But anyway, so, I worked in the woods and on equipment and trucks and stuff, but I'm learning a lot of stuff on these cars, all the electronics and foreign stuff and stuff I'm not used to. And I tried to watch some YouTube videos in the beginning, like beginner mechanics tools and stuff. And a lot of the videos I found were kind of leaning towards the DIY, just people working on their own stuff at home, which is a good thing. And but that wasn't really what I was looking for. So this video is kind of going to be somebody that's going into, the field, mechanic or technician or whatever you may want to call it now. And this is a small family shop. So a lot of the tools, specialty stuff is provided, like the diagnostic tools and, everything like that for the computer stuff and higher end stuff like that. So basic stuff. And, I'm going to try to, just do what I recommend here that I have experience with. Either I have or somebody else here has that I've used, and, things like that. Not really just whatever. And not really so much focused on a budget like, the cheapest of the cheap, but, kind of even out the cost and quality ratio. All right, so first off, one of the most basic things that you do starting off will be oil changes. And, for that, I've got a gear wrench set, that the sockets are magnetized and it's got a, ratchet forward and stuff. If you've seen that video, that's like $60 for the set. But I mean, really all you need is a 3/8 socket set. A lot of times, most people up here will just, change oil and stuff. It's different bays around, have ratchet wrenches around to use that, So you can get you a set of ratchet wrenches or regular wrenches, but that makes it faster. Or, a set of 3/8 sockets. If you're gonna work, in automotive or anything like that, you definitely need sockets anyway. So these are Icon, so they were a pretty good deal, but they are 3/8, which is, one of the most popular sizes and stuff. But let's see. Let me just take the phone off of the stand here for a minute. It'll be a little easier. All right, so here we go. This is a quarter drive set from Icon. It came in a, plastic case, but it's got the foam inserts too. So due to space, I took them out like that. But you've got deep well and shallow in, metric and standard. Comes with a ratchet, a couple of extensions, and a swivel. And I think it was like $100. And they make pretty much that same set in 3/8 if you want to go that way. If you're starting off with nothing, that's a pretty good value, because, you know, this is the Icon ratchet here, and it was like $30, $40 for the ratchet. And then these here, these and these are Icon, these are shallow, and these are semi-deep, not the full deep well. And I think they were like $30 a set. And then I've got the standard Icons here. I don't have the deep well or semi-deep in those because we don't use standard a lot. So, you know, you can very easily save money by buying that set, if you want to go that way. Also, you know, impact sockets, 1/2-inch drive. You can use those for a lot of things. You go with the deep wells is the best thing to start it with, because of, you know, using them for lug nuts, because you'll be doing tire rotations and, you know, changing tires and stuff like that. And but sometimes you can't use those because, you know, some of the way the wheels are made, you have to have, you know, these thin wall shallows. So this, you know, I think I've already did a video on the set, but these come in a set, you know, a lug nut set from Harbor Freight. I think they were like 60, 70 bucks. But I mean, they've got an extension, they've got, you know, 1/16, they got, you know, 21, 19, 17, 7/8, you know, the popular flavors. And they've got, you know, the little protective thing in there for lug nuts. So then you need an impact gun. And this is the one I like. Most of what we run up here at the shop now is Milwaukee. They used to do a lot of snap-on, I think, but, you know, the Milwaukee cordless stuff has really stepped its game up, and they're a lot cheaper. I'm not sure, I don't remember what I paid for this. I think it was like 600 bucks for the gun and the 2 batteries and a charger. But you can, you know, you don't have to buy Milwaukee. DeWalt, different ones make them, but you will need a 1/2-inch drive impact gun. And this one has the longer shank on it, but you can get the normal kind. And just like I said, that impact socket set, the lug set, these come with a small extension, you know, because some of the vehicles have a big hub or something that you can't get this in, and you can just use an extension. But I like using that one with the longer shank anyway. This has served me pretty good too. It's 21 and 19, and it's another one in it. I don't even remember what the other one is, but it's another flip socket and a small extension. This is Harbor Freight for like 15 bucks, and I use this thing pretty much every day. I usually leave it on the gun, and it's kind of, you know, thin, not super thin wall, but kinda. But I haven't had any problem with this. This one right here, this 21, looks brand new, because it is. Because I did break that one. That one cracked on me, and I had to get it warranted and replaced, which wasn't any problem. So that's another pro to those. And like I said, you know, ratchets, of course, snap-on is great. Icon's good too, and they are really good for the money. They're really smooth ratchets, you know, for the money. And like I said, next, a set of wrenches. Gear wrenches are pretty nice. They kind of come out with the ratchet wrench deal. But you can also go with, you know, Icon makes them now. Several other ones make them, but, you know, ratchet wrenches for, you know, light stuff, and makes it faster. It's not quite as strong having a, you know, ratcheting design like that. But Icon makes nice stuff too. and they're a little pricey, but they're definitely cheaper than Snap-on, and I haven't had any problems with them yet. But you know, I don't use wrenches a tremendous amount of time. This goes from like 6mm to 19, which covers most of your stuff. But a lot of times if you get to dealing with like alignments and, you know, tire rod ends and some different things, and like, you know, hub assemblies and what have you like that, you know, 21 and 22 is pretty popular. I guess that's why they made this set 20 through 24. I forgot what it cost. It was kind of expensive for just a couple of wrenches like that. But another thing is a wrench extender. This thing's really nice here. And, you know, you can put your wrench in there. You can also put a ratchet on there to put some more leverage. Or if you're trying to break something with a breaker bar or a ratchet, you can also put the handle in there and get a little more reach on that as well. Of course, you need a hammer. Just about anything will do. But these dead blow style is pretty nice. It's got like beads in it. And like I said, they work pretty good. You will need pliers. You know, of course, you know, side cutters here are always a go-to. Use that for a lot of cutting stuff. You got your standard pliers here, slip joint pliers. And you can get them in whatever flavor. These here are Carlisle, which are made a little bit different, which is kind of cool. But I can definitely recommend these things. They work for a lot of different stuff. They make them bigger and they make them smaller. I've got a really small pair that I used to keep in my pocket, but I don't now. And also I've got this big set here, which you probably won't need right off the bat. An adjustable wrench. I like these Klein because they have the thin down jaws when you're trying to hold something, you know, like when you're changing brakes, you know, the caliper pins. Some of them have that wrench head on it, and when you try to break the nut loose, the whole thing turns. And you know, thicker wrenches like that are sometimes hard to get on there. It's kind of in your way with your socket. I really like these pliers. I use these a lot versus those are hardly ever used. But you know, wire strippers as well if you're going to get into anything electrical. These longer, you know, kind of needle nose type slip joint pliers, they're pretty nice. We'll need a brake caliper press tool. This is Snap-on here, but you don't have to go with that. You can get some cheaper ones. And this is like an adjustable wrench pliers. Icon makes them, Nipix make them too. It's pretty nice. These are pretty nice on, you know, stuff that you really can't get a grip on, like doing, you know, alignments. Sometimes you got to turn the bar and stuff, and they work pretty good for that. So, you know, like I said, you're gonna need some pliers, probably an adjustable wrench, and these are some bigger, more heavy-duty picks that I got from Northern Tool for like 10, 15 bucks or something for like 4 of them, which is a pretty good deal. I use them a lot. You will need extensions, you know, for whatever. So if you go with a 3/8 set, you know, get a 3/8 set of extensions. You can get these wobble style where it kind of helps you get into tighter places. It's almost like having a swivel, but not. This is pretty nice. I hadn't done a video on this yet. This is a Quinn, like master set of, I don't even remember what they call it, but it's got your Allen stuff, torque stuff, you know, reverse torque stuff. I think what they call those. I use them on a Dodge or Ram 3500 dually when we had to put brake rotors on it. It's got those kind of bolts on the inside. Your Torx, Allen's, long drive there. These are really nice. You can use these for, of course, more than just their intended use. And these are only like 20 bucks for the whole set. It's got the longer ones and everything up there at Harbor Freight. And these are some Milwaukee bit sets, which I'm not crazy over. I mean, they got some okay stuff, but it's a lot of these shorter ones that you got to put, you know, a bit holder thing on. And I'm not crazy over those. Everybody else here has got an Irwin set that's got some longer stuff, and I'm going to get that one of these days. And picks. Little picks are always useful. And that set was like 10 bucks or something. Here's a bit driver. This is Milwaukee M12. That's nice to have, but you don't necessarily have to have one, but it is nice. And you can use that in, you know, different, they got the different bit adapters. So you got quarter, 3/8, and half. So that makes it pretty nice of being able to, you know, get more versatility out of it. This is the Icon serpentine belt tool, which is pretty nice. I've used it several times. And, you know, if you get to doing belts and alternators and things like that, it might be something you want to look into. You know, scraper for inspections. Power probe. This is, you know, a really nice tool doing electrical stuff, but not something you have to have starting out. But this is something you need starting out, which is just a 12-volt test light. This was like $3 at Harbor Freight. It's got a long, thick cable on it, which is very surprising. And this little meter here, I think was like $6. I think it was like $10 or less. So you can use this to check voltage for, you know, charging systems. If the, you know, if a battery's got 12 volts in it, or if the alternator's charging. So here in the bottom drawer, you just need a bag or something, little container to throw junk. Of course, you know, you're gonna have, a lot of times you get, if you're doing, you know, brake calipers and hoses on a vehicle, then you'll get extra bolts and washers and things like that, which is good to hold on to. Like I said, these are more out of that lug nut set. And I took all these plastic things off because honestly they just kind of get in the way. Here's the other one. So it's 3/4 and 13/16. That flip. Oh, there we go. Some tape, you know, very cheap and good to have around. Measuring tape is also something that you'll need. That's pretty cheap and good to have around. You know, work lights, or I really like this, the LED strip that goes on your head. It doesn't get in your way. It doesn't fall around like a traditional, you know, headlamp does. Some safety glasses, you know, clear works just when you're working on stuff up under a vehicle, or, you know, hammering on rusty stuff, or using a grinder or anything like that, so you don't get stuff in your eyes. Pry bars, these are snap-on, and I do recommend those. I don't know how much they were. I bought them off of a guy used, but I had a set of the just plain Harbor Freight Pittsburgh pry bars. It was like less than 20 bucks, and they are junk. The ends break off, they bend. They're just not worth it, not worth fooling with. You don't have to get Snap-on probably, but you can get some other ones. I don't know what other brands are good. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people in the comments, you know, recommending different stuff. This is a little bit kit here that come from Harbor Freight. It was like 12 bucks, I think, but it's got a lot of bits in it, and it's nice to have them all in just that little small thing there. You can take them with you when you're, you know, trying to find the right bit to take an air filter out or fender well or whatever you may be working on. And like I said, you know, impact drivers are nice, but you can just get a, you know, ratcheting bit screwdriver and accomplish the same goal there. And you know, I've got this, I really like this little Snap-on 3/8 drive gun. This is well used. I bought off of Marketplace. I'll probably get a new one day, but that one's still working for now. But this is also a good deal. Like I said, not a necessity, but something that will help you out. This is a 3/8 drive. It's got 2 speeds on it, little impact gun. At Walmart, the Walmart Hyper Tough brand here, it was like 60 bucks for this, 2 batteries, and a charger, the whole little kit. So it's really hard to beat, you know, starting out on a budget, and you can get a pretty nice little impact there for not a lot of money. And, you know, and also, of course, you'll need something to keep your tools in. And as you see this right here that I was showing, this is my 6 drawer, the full bank cart from Harbor Freight, US General. Did videos on this, did videos on the 5 drawer I had. The 5 drawer was pretty nice too, but this has a lot more space, and it's nice having the, you know, all 4 cambers or whatever you call them, swivels, so you can push it straight forward and back. My brother-in-law's got that Hallmark, whatever that name is, that he uses and had good luck out of. And you know, he's a professional mechanic and got a lot more stuff than I got. Other guy's got this Blue Point little cart right here, and he used it for years with, you know, no trouble and everything. So yeah, it's you can start out with the, you know, 5 drawer cart like that one over there. I had a green one. They're nice carts from Harbor Freight for not a lot of money, like 300 bucks or less. But I've also got another cart that's down in the pit that I had years ago, and it was a Husky. It's a Husky, like from Home Depot, and it's not a great cart. The drawers don't want to open and stuff like they're supposed to, and the whole cart is wobbly. So I you know, try to do as much research as you can, and you know, even if you buy a used box off Marketplace or something like that, just make sure you get a decent box and get what you pay for, and not something that you need to replace a month down the road. But anyway, you know, hopefully this video will help somebody and that's going into the field or thinking about going into the field. And like I said, I didn't really discuss, you know, prices on everything, but you can do your own research and, you know, go from there. But anyway, that's my video on, you know, recommendations for a beginning mechanic going into the field. All right, thank you for watching.